All right. We'll go ahead and get started. Is that me again? These things don't like me.
You got some feedback. That's not you.
All right, I'm on.
All right.
I'll try not to move. Okay.
It might be me.
Technology. All right, does this work? Can y'all hear me? It's on. Anybody hear me?
Mhm.
Nobody's saying anything. All right, well, I'll yell if y'all can't hear me. This is to call to order the Signal Mountain Town Council meeting for Monday, February 28th, 2022. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we'll have a moment of silence. Okay. Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Murdoch. Here. Councilmember Anderson. Here. Councilmember Baker.
Here.
Councilmember Gardner. Here. Mayor Potts.
Here. All right, we have the minutes for February 14th, Valentine's Day. Has everybody had a chance to review them? Does anybody have any things that need to be addressed? All right. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second? All right, all in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? No. All right. Next is citizens' opportunity to address the council. Anyone?
My name is Dick Graham. I'm 405 James Boulevard. I'm going to give you the update on the MAC, our monthly update. We made our $15,000 goal for our new lighting, and we got our check from the anonymous donor for $15,000. Don't know who he is yet, but we will in April. Into March, he's going to come up and tour the MAC, and we think good thoughts about us and maybe help us out on some other projects there too. The Playhouse finished their presentation of the Games Afoot this last weekend, and it was well attended. Not as well as in the past, but for COVID times, it was pretty well attended. The acting, I have to really compliment them. It was terrific. They really did a great job. I hope you all got to see it. I think it's one of the best presentations they've done. This coming Saturday on March 5th, we're going to have the Briars, Richard Daigle, and Ryan Oyer playing at the MAC at 7 o'clock. Admission is $10, and tickets can be purchased at the MAC website. On Thursday, March 3rd at 7 o'clock, we're going to have this class. It's a ball therapy yoga class. I've never done it. They say it's nice and relaxing. So if you're kind of tense about anything you're having to deal with in the town, this is the perfect thing for you to come. She's doing it about once a month, and so come on down on Thursday night if you'd like. On Sunday, March 6th and Monday, March 7th, we have the auditions for Shakespeare on the Mountain, presentation of the Merry Wives of Windsor. I think Andrew indicated last time that he was interested in that. Yeah, you'd be great in it. Come on down. You never know. There could be a wonderful actor up here somewhere. Let's see, on March 26th, Lifeline screening will be at the MAC, and they're doing health screenings for carotid artery disease, peripheral artery disease, abdominal aneurysms, atrial fibrillation, and osteoporosis. And they do all that for $139, which is a real bargain. You know, if you've been to the doctor lately, that's a really a good bargain for that. They come, I think they've been coming for the last few years. They didn't come during the COVID time, but they're getting started again. And also mark your calendar for April 16th at the MAC. We're having the Signal Mountain Easter egg hunt. There was some debate about whether it was going to be at Alexian, whether they were going to do theirs. They decided not to. They're going to help us somehow in ours, either providing people to help out or something. There'll be over 3,000 eggs hidden. So for all ages, adults too, we're going to have camo eggs up in the woods. So for the adults to look for. No $1,000 in any egg or anything like that, but some good candy, I hope. And we're looking for some corporate sponsors for the event to help defray the cost. And if any company wants to do that, their name will be displayed on a banner at the event and in any promotional materials that we have out. And on April 2nd starts the first, what we hope will be a monthly event, market at the MAC. And this will have, it'll be something like the Chattanooga market that takes place on Sundays. It'll have crafts and photography, food trucks, artwork, pottery, all kinds of things there. And it's being organized by Robert Davis, who runs the Delara Boutique down on Mississippi Avenue, next to where the Posteria used to be. So he's putting it all together. He thinks he's going to have a lot of vendors there. Hope you can come down for that. And he also is the one that rents our kitchen at the MAC and makes the chocolates, handmade chocolates. So, and we get free samples occasionally, and they are terrific. So if you get a chance, go down and get some of those. And I also have the end of the year financial information here. I'll give you each a copy of that, and that's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Graham. Do we have anyone else who would like to address the council? All right. So we'll go on to our resolutions. The first resolution we have is for board appointments. This is a resolution appointing Amanda England to the Town of Signal Mountain's Condemnation Board. All right. Any discussion? All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? All right. Next resolution is a resolution appointing, a resolution appointing Katie Anderson to the Town of Signal Mountain's Recreation Board. We have a motion for that?
two remaining, single remaining seat on the rec board. Both certainly interested in the Hughes. She was more interested in the park side of things and wanted, given that she's already on the park board now.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. We do have, yeah, Lauren Hughes, so we can, well, unless someone else wants to go above Ms. Hughes's requests or
No,
what she desires and actually appoint her.
I'll make the motion to approve Katie Anderson for the Town of Sickle Mountain Rec Board.
Okay. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? No. All right, so we had Ms. Hughes on here, but we will pass on that since we have the position filled. The next resolution is a resolution approving an employment agreement between the Town of Sickle Mountain and James Smith, and also authorizing the mayor to execute said agreement. I believe everybody had a chance, hopefully, to see the draft employment agreement today. It was passed around. And we had a chance to meet Mr. Smith and hopefully not run him off. So do we have anyone who wants to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All right. Does anybody have any questions or comments about the terms of the employment agreement?
It looks like the town is responsible for finding the housing, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm not sure who will do that.
that's what I was gonna ask. Would you like to do that, Charlie?
I don't mind trying. I will, if anyone, if I can't find anything, I may reach out to some other folks to see if you can help me, but I'll look for something. We don't really have a budget in mind, I don't guess, so I guess we've got to figure it out, and I don't know if y'all want to authorize a certain amount, or if you want to, how you want to do this.
Is it something we need to, well, I guess, do we need to vote on it?
Well, if it's under 10,000, then we don't, correct? We don't have to have a consensus.
Right, so.
And
I mean, I just did a glance to see what's out there. There's not a whole lot out there, but under 10,000 for sure.
But,
yes.
So was he kind of looking for like an Airbnb type setup, or, you know, like there's 2-bedroom apartments that are on Taft Highway that oftentimes seem to have vacancies? Maybe that would be a good place to look.
I don't know that he has a preference, yeah. So we can find him some sort of apartment, or I don't know if there's anything on the mountain that's available, but we can look. Thank you.
You're not going to go Sweden.
I have a hard time spending money, so y'all appreciate my inability to spend money. So okay, well I'll dig around and see what I can find, and certainly whatever I find will be under $10,000. So. All right, any other comments or questions?
You need to, if you would, insert his address in the agreement. It's got his name, but didn't have his mailing address for notice purposes.
Right, okay.
So if you just be sure that gets in there.
Okay. All right. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? No. All right. The next, this is the resolution. Yeah. Now we're on to ordinances. We have a zoning ordinance allowing brew pubs in HCD, sorry. I will go ahead and read it. This is an ordinance to amend Article 6, Schedule of District Regulations of the Signal Mountain Zoning Ordinance, allowing brew pubs in the Highway Commercial District. This is our first reading. I can provide background. We discussed it a little bit maybe last time, but this came up. Someone had expressed interest in having a brew pub. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but in the course of that, we looked and realized this wasn't permitted, and if that's something that somebody wants to do where they make their own beer on site and have a restaurant, the Planning Commission felt like that was a reasonable thing to allow on Signal Mountain. So we have language that we worked on for a couple of meetings and came up with something that seems to solve our problem. That's the background for it. The Planning Commission approved it, and
Second.
all right. Anybody have any comments or questions? The language, if y'all had a chance to look at the language, I think that's a part of the state, or mirrors some of the state language.
It does, yeah. Anything over 8% basically has to go before the Alcoholic Beverage Commission of the state. So you couldn't control that.
All right, so any other comments, questions? All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? No. All right, that is the first reading for that ordinance, and we'll hear it again in our next meeting. Now, we're on to the discussion regarding the water line replacement and the bidding process.
We had bid openings and no bidders. We hope to rebid and have it back on your agenda March 28th for approval of hopefully a bid. The main reason, pipe is just about impossible to get. For this particular project, it was only 500 feet of 8-inch ductile iron, and we couldn't get it. You also have a lot of federal money out there that's being spent, and a lot of contractors don't want a small job, and they for sure don't want a small, difficult job, which is what this would be. So hopefully we'll get additional bidders or get bidders the next time.
I don't remember if there's a timeline.
There is.
We have to get it done by a certain date.
There is, and if they don't give us leeway, I'm going to suggest to you that you need to go to your state representative and see if they can help you talk to the TDOT about the extension. I mean, it's not the town's fault that the supply is not there.
Right.
And they need to understand, of course, they're not dealing with pipe in their side of the project. It's only us that's dealing with the movement of the pipe.
Okay. All right, anybody have any other comments or questions about that? Well, we'll see what happens with the next bidding process. When is that going to be?
Which one?
We're bidding it again.
Yes, it'll be on your agenda March 28th.
Okay.
It will be bid about a week prior to the bid opening will be about a week prior to your meeting.
All right. Okay, well, that brings us to manager's report. Before you start with the manager's report, this is your last meeting.
Maybe,
Right.
maybe.
Okay. Maybe I should let you do your manager's report.
This will be my last manager's report.
Okay,
Last regular meeting.
Yes.
right, last regular meeting with the manager's report, right? Well, I just wanted to thank you so much. I probably could speak for everybody, but everybody can say it if they want, but I can tell you that I've learned so much from you since you've been here. You're amazing, and if we could have hijacked you somehow and kept you here, if it was legal, Chief, I mean, can we do it? I'd like to do that, but no, I really have appreciated all that you've done for our town in the short time you've been here. So thank you very much
Thank you.
for being here for us.
Thank you.
Yep, same.
Really appreciate you sacrificing valuable time and
Thank you.
We might keep you on speed dial. Just so you know.
But not for the next 10 years.
Right. Okay, so we'll let you do the,
All right, under the manager's report, today was the first day for the new executive administrative assistant, and that's Katie McKinnon. And she had a rough first day because this last day to pay your taxes, last day to pay your stormwater bill, and our meeting coming up and everything else. So I hope she will show up tomorrow. That's, I hope. You will have a new water utility director next Monday. His name is Matthew Justice, and he's coming from American Water. We will have a bid opening this Thursday for paving and a bid opening this Friday morning for Rock Crest Drainage Project. And now I'm going to talk to you about maybe another meeting. Late this afternoon, I received from our engineer, CTI engineer, concerning 3 different projects. The scorecard that I talked to y'all about this past Saturday, the rebid. Now, they don't have to do any engineering, but they do have to go through the process, the bids, the opening of the bids, making sure everything's correct. So you will have a cost there. And then the third one has to do with TDOT's project, and it's a drainage project, but it could highly impact your main water supply line from our pump station coming up the mountain. And if you don't do these other 2, you better do that one. But anyway, that's the 3 projects. I would like, if y'all could, meet Thursday morning, 7:30.
Works for me.
yeah, that's fine with me.
That's fine.
Okay. And if you would, okay, I think there's 5 of them there. If not, let me know. This just explains what I received. It's a summary of a meeting that I had and Loretta had last week with CTI. And it talks about the no bid that we've just discussed, and then it talks about the TDOT improvement at Suck Creek. And then it also talks about the scorecard. So I will have those proposed contracts available for you tomorrow so that you can have a chance to look at them before you meet Thursday morning.
Okay. Thank you.
Thursday the 3rd at 7.
Yeah, whatever that is. Yeah, for sure this week. And the reason that I'm pushing it is all the paper have my name on it. So if we don't do it this week, then they're going to have to redo all the paper, get it back to you, and you're going to lose a couple of weeks if you're not careful. Then I have a short little wind down, if you will. I've enjoyed my short tenure, and it has been short, but at times it seemed really long. I hope I have been of some assistance to you and to the citizens of Signal Mountain. You have 5 very dedicated town council members. They really care about this community. The town is blessed with dedicated, conscientious employees doing their work every day and doing that work well. I would be remiss if I didn't mention one by name, and that's Sherry Morrison. I don't know what I'd done without her, honestly. I mean, it was every day, well, like everybody in this room that's an employee, every day you're going to Sherry to say, well, where's this? Where's this? How do I do this? She is a jewel. I wish nothing but the best for Signal Mountain, for the citizens. And if I can be of assistance in the future, call on me. I'm not coming back 5 days a week, but holler at me if I can help you. And with that, that's my report.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, we look forward to seeing you one more time on Thursday in this capacity. And thank you again for all your service to us. All right, we'll move on to other business, communications and reports from the mayor and council. Anyone? All right, reports from committees or boards. Okay.
I would just put the plug in to y'all's mind. Discuss it on our work session, but what I give our personnel.
That sounds like a good idea.
All right. All right, anything else? Other business?
I have something under other. So like when we took the oath of office, we talked about upholding our ordinances. And so I'm not really sure what the proper process is here, but the political signage in Signal Mountain has gotten out of control. And it kind of slapped me in the face after we sat through our planning session and we talked about the beauty of this mountain and what we hope it to be. And then you drive down Taft Highway and there's just political signs everywhere. Some are out of size, out of compliance with our ordinances. They're all in right-of-ways. Some of them are even on town property. And that is in direct violation of our ordinances. And so I just kind of wanted to bring it up and maybe ask, I know you're headed out, but what do you think of this idea? The Election Commission does hand every candidate that qualifies a copy of our signed ordinances. It's not doing the job. So my thought is maybe we can write a letter bullet pointing our ordinances with the copy of the ordinances that they give to every candidate so that maybe it's clearer. And then I don't know what we need to do to get the signs down, but they've got to come down. It's in direct violation of our ordinances.
Okay. We'll see what we can do as staff.
Thank you.
And they can just take them down.
Yes, if they choose to. I mean, if they do it.
No, our staff.
Oh, our staff, well, yes.
What we did in another city where I was, we would pick those signs up that were in violation. We would take them to Public Works and put them in a certain area at Public Works. And if the candidates or their committee wished to come pick the signs up, that's where they were and they could pick them up. Does that?
I think that that's solution. I think that that's great. And my hope is if we send a letter when they pick up their stuff, we don't have to have staff do it next time around. That maybe they'll be a little bit more respectful of the town ordinances.
Yeah, that would be nice. Thank you for bringing that up. All right, do we have any other business? Other business? All right. Well, our next meeting is on March 14th, and
You might want to look at that agenda because it's full.
Yeah.
I kind of loaded you up.
It's 2 pages. It's front and back. That's great. Is that you're going away
oh, this
with?
is the March 14th one. Okay. All right, well, here it is. So